how much of the game was your defense comes up with 4 turnovers and you weren't ever quite able to capitalize on, except on the first one. How much of the game came down to opportunities that you had that you just didn't finish on and you didn't, move the ball effectively?
Yeah, offensively, we didn't capitalize on our possessions. The defense did a good job protecting in the early stages of the second half, getting some 3-and-outs and getting off the field and giving the offense an opportunity to get the ball in decent field position. And we just weren't able to move the ball effectively in the scoring position and capitalize on those opportunities. So it was a big part of the game.
Was there anything that surprised you tonight that you had not seen before that really caught you off guard?
Which side of the ball?
Was that
on offensively?
Yeah.
No, not. I mean, it had been. I think Coach Luce and his defensive staff do an excellent job of maintaining their base game plan that they carry week to week, and then you see a couple, 2-3 wrinkles every week that you haven't seen from the week before or anywhere on tape. But a lot of the stuff was what we had seen on tape in our breakdown and our film study, and there was a couple of new pressures, a couple of different coverage combinations, I would say. But my hats off to those guys. They did a great job.
They got 245 yards rushing, which is an unbelievable thing for them. That's like the whole season. And no sacks, for you guys. So, and this is kind of uncharacteristic for your team this year too.
Yeah, we the defense has done a very good job this year creating turnovers, and they did that once again. We've struggled a little bit against the run, and we've had a little bit of a bend but don't break kind of I don't want to say mentality, but that's kind of how the games have played out. We've given up some yards on the ground, but have done a good job at a certain point creating turnover and getting off the field. And we have good, our scoring defense is good, but we've given up some yards. So a lot of that today was, I think, a combination of us giving them some extra possessions and wearing down. And they're good up front. Shorman's a good running back, and they did a good job running the counter play and some other things. And like I said, I don't want to take anything away from Lafayette. I mean, they earned every yard, and they did an excellent job.
Throughout the season, you were able to make good second half adjustments, but in that third quarter, you only had 1 first down. What happened then?
We got together as an offense. Speaking offensively, I mean, we got together and kind of looked at the things that they were doing and put our plan together. And I'd say it was a combination of things, but ultimately we didn't. We call the right plays, and when we do call the right plays, the kids have to execute. So I'd say it was a combination of both things.
Now you put yourself into somebody else's hands. Maybe now this playoff. All the time you've been looking forward to this, and you talked on Tuesday about we remember what happened to Lehigh last year, and now a comment about that.
Yeah, my comment to our team after the game was the things that we want to accomplish as a team are still in front of us. I think being ranked number 5 and some of the quality wins we have over Villanova when they were a top 10 team, over an FBS Temple team who was, I believe, very close to upsetting.
Lost on a circus catch.
They ended up losing to Central Florida and then beating Lehigh when they were top 10. I think our body of work is very good. There's 24 teams, I believe, and 10 at large. So, it's to us, it's a 1-game season to see if we earn another game. So I feel confident in what we've done. We're 10-1 with an opportunity to be 11-1, and the only thing that we can control is how we prepare this week and how we play against Colgate. If we're fortunate enough to win, then hopefully the body of work we put together is good enough to earn us a postseason bid.
Peter, can you talk? What did you see from Lafayette defense? Were they doing anything different in terms of their coverages and stuff, or what's? I mean, you had a lot of balls go off people's hands and things like that. But what were they doing in this, particularly in the second half, that really limited you guys' ability to move the football?
Overall, I saw what we expected. A lot of the mistakes were just execution errors. They did mix it up though. A couple of, like Coach said, a couple of new blitzes. But really, in the second half, it was not executing and not throwing them when I should have.
And the big thing is, you talked about the looks. I mean, some of the things that we do from a run game standpoint, I would have liked to run the ball more. but some of the things that they do with pressures and the numbers and the angles and where they bring them, it makes it difficult, you know, to run the ball successfully. And you know, obviously with Carlton, we would have loved to have seen him with more than 17 carries, but you know, there's only you only have a certain number of blockers to cover up the people that on these blitzes. So you know, we had to throw the ball a little bit more than we would have.
We knew that going in.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Was 5 sacks a lot? And again, I mean, they had 5 sacks. Was that a lot for you this season? I know that you've given up some, but in any one game with this, where does this rank?
I think at the beginning of the year, I think we were giving up a decent amount. I don't want to say a lot, but it was you know, more than we would like. And then we hit a stretch there where we you know, kind of you know, got it under control a little bit. Now it's reared its head a little bit too. And another thing I think is, you know, like I say, credit to Coach Lewis and the plan that they had, and then getting behind how we did, you know, getting into more of a drop back 5 or 6 man protection kind of scheme, as opposed to some of the things where we're able to keep people in and max protect and, you know, get 3 or 4 people out in route. So I think it's probably a combination of both of those things.
Are you gonna be able to bounce back from this? Do you think this team still has confidence coming up?
100%. I mean, I don't, you know, we're still, I mean, and I expressed that to them in the locker room that, you know, it shows how far we've come as a program, that we're stinging after a loss, but we're still 10-1. You know, and they should never accept losing, and it should never feel good. But there's only a certain part that you can beat yourself up about it, and you know that lasts till about 4 o'clock tomorrow when the film's done, and then we got to move on to Colgate. So I'm 100% confident our kids will bounce back. We don't ever want to accept losing. This is the first time we've done it in a very long time. So we just got to, you know, be critical of ourselves as coaches and players, see the things that we could have done better, correct them off the film, and then you know, come out and have a great Sunday practice for Colgate.
You expect that that your quarterback situation will be different next week? How is his knee?
You know, he was moving around, you know, a little bit, but you know, he didn't take a rep in practice the entire week, and I don't know that that's necessarily, you know, he was for emergency purposes only, I guess you could say. If Peter had gone down with an injury, couldn't go back in the game, you know, that would have been our situation there. But you know, Michael hadn't taken a rep the entire week of practice, so his rehab's going very well, and you know, we'll get him in tomorrow, see how it feels, and then go from there.
Thanks.
Thanks.
No, thank you guys. Appreciate your time.